I assume everybody knows her. I'm Queen Seasons, aka Jess, aka Jessie, Queenie, any kind of rude names you want, just not bro. Just don't call me bro, because I'll send the Jessie Death Squad after you. How's that? Right, so. Pastor Ren, I'm going to hand over to you now. But before you introduce yourselves, I know you've come along prepared with a joke or something funny. So take the floor, make us laugh. Over to you.
Ren, deploy the dad joke.
We love a dad joke. So. Ren, are you there, my lovely?
Oh, I was muted. No!
Okay.
Okay, dad joke.
Yeah, it's more a story, I guess. Did you ever hear the thriller about the campsite? It was intense. I'm sorry.
That's a bad joke. Yeah, that is a bad joke. Come first. I love a dad joke. I never get bored of dad jokes. Dad jokes are the best. Thank you. Well, you made me laugh. I'm sure you've made a couple of the other DJs here tonight laugh. Okay, boys. I'm going to hand it over to you now so that you can introduce yourselves and tell us about your lovely project. Tell us what you've brought along with you tonight, and expect me to interrupt and ask my dumb questions, because that's kind of my job as host and Queen of DJs and that sort of stuff. So tolerate me. Over to you.
Okay, so I am Pasta Farina. My partner is Ren. We are the co-founders of Seasons of Eth. We are an Arbitrum project. Well, as any true DJ is familiar with, is we have seasons. There's the meme season, there's tax season, there's this. Well, we are doing something different with that concept. We are doing buy seasons and sell seasons of you can safely diamond hand all coin to the peaks of the moon, and then we will give the signal and we'll turn on the sell season, and you'll be able to sell your coin and you'll be able to take your rewards, and you'll be able to take 10% of your bag a day. So everyone's respectful, everyone leaves with the money in a nice ordered fashion and not selling the whole bag at once. We're on Arbitrum. So that is our little snippet of a project.
You're on Arbitrum.
Yes.
That's really cool, because, I must confess, I've been preoccupied and I must have missed it. I just kind of assumed that you were on ERC20, but you're actually on the level. I'm over on Arbitrum, playing around at the moment. I really like it on Arbitrum, actually. I know some people people have always got shit to say about everything, haven't they, in DeFi, especially on Telegram. But I really like Arbitrum. Since I've been back in DeFi, I've been over there playing about. It seems like quite a nice ecosystem, quite a nice network.
Oh yeah, we went to Arbitrum because tax fees are low. So when the actual bull run starts, and we start getting major legs on this, even though we will already, it will make it so that you're not getting hit by 1,000,001 fees. Like, oh, it cost me more to sell my bag than it did to actually make the profit. So we're over there just because they have low fees and it's a nicer network and it's ETH adjacent. So you can easily migrate over there, and we'll and all reflections are paid out in Ethereum. So you're not locked to us at all. We'll pay you out reflections in nice, stable Ethereum. So you can go spread it around, or you can put it right back into our chart, So, yeah.
Yeah, you've really got my attention now. So it is quite an interesting concept you've got, because, and I know I was looking at something earlier, and and on your website. Actually, let me get your website up and share the screen for people to see.
Ren can actually share all presentation for everyone. I've dropped and I dropped some images in your chat, which are basically the easy reference guide to our token. You know, it's about 5 pictures, and it condenses everything into a nice little flow chart and whatnot to like quickly and easily understand things.
Whoa, look at that. Yeah, I'm liking this. Let me get this up on my laptop, actually, so I can see it properly as well.
Yeah, so essentially, like, the idea is that there's 2 seasons. So first of all, we'll start on a buy season. So the whole purpose of a buy season, as it insists, is to buy. So for that purpose alone, we have a really high sell tax, the lucky number of 69%, just to get you going.
It is the sales tax that fucks.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for a week to do that joke. Continue.
For sure, literally bends you over. I mean, if we didn't know better, we'd be looking at this and going, "Oh, looks like a honeypot." But there is rhyme and reason to your logic, isn't there? As you said.
Yes, there is, and yeah. Continue, Ren. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, so like the buy season, like you say, the sell tax. So that's the whole reason. Like, a lot of people want tokens launch and everything else. Like, a lot of work was into it, I guess, and then all of a sudden they're dumpstered away. So the buy season, we essentially have a low buy tax and a really high sell tax to try and influence people to not sell and wait till the actual sell season kicks off. But if people sell, which some people do, that's fair game, do what you wish. But if people sell, essentially that 69% tax gets split up, and most of it, 35% of that entire pocket, goes back to reflections. So the ones that do hold the sell season, you know, we're all getting eat, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after the buy season, you know, they'll last probably about a month, maybe 2 months, and that can change depending on feedback, I guess. But then the sell season kicks off. And the sell season tax.
Before you go any further, I think that's a really important thing to point out, isn't it? I mean, I know this, but you are. I've been watching since you first launched, and this is the second edition, I guess you call it. But you are a very community-driven project, aren't you? In fact, I think it's fair to say that this is a true community project, is it not?
Yeah. We decided to do a project that enables the community to do what communities do best. But recently, we've noticed there's some impatience amongst things of when does the chart moon, and then people, you know, dump it to the ground, or bots get involved, you know. So we basically set up our sales tax to ensure that, you know, we can actually get feet under us and do some great market caps with this. And people being assured that, yes, if you diamond hand this and forget for like a week, 2 weeks, 3, you'll come back to having more or greater in your project wallet for this. So.
Yeah, like you said, with community too, like from when we launched, well, not launched, but once we kind of kicked this concept about and invited people into the group, like there's been endless discussions with our tax used to be higher, and then people have got involved and give us feedback, so we changed that. People have got involved in like kind of the raffle system, made suggestions, we've changed that. So it's a very community focused thing. Like, people can make suggestions and every voice pretty much is heard or listened to. So everything's into consideration. So anyone watching this and has any feedback, suggestions, anything like that, always feel free to just come along and ping us, ask away, and we'll answer or provide feedback, do what you wish.
This may be going forwards a little bit, but I'm just thinking now, so you've got people that are holding your tokens. Do you have any plans further on down the line to create some kind of DAO system where people can make proposals and vote on things in proportion to the stake that they're actually holding?
Yeah, I mean, like we're planning to have, I suppose, a lot of interaction going forward. Like we have, I suppose, a community-focused Sealy contest stuff to get people inputted as well. But we have stuff in the roadmap, for the next good odd year and more. And when that time comes, we're definitely going to pull people in that are, going to be beneficial. Not just everybody, because too many voices, it's too crowded. So I mean, the most people that are sort of sociable in the community and most interactive and stuff like that and make good suggestions, then we'll definitely be pulling them in to help kind of the way forward.
That's the thing with these kind of community projects. You have to be very careful you don't end up with death by committee, as I call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit like a lot of the governments around the world, but let's not start on that rabbit hole right now. Okay, no, stop, Jazz, stop. Seasons of Eth. Go on, continue telling us about your good stuff. Sorry, I've interrupted you.
No worries. So go ahead, Pastor.
Oh yeah, so once the buy season is over, and we all have many X's as not financial advice, since we're required to say since the SEC's off its rocker. Do your own research. So once we hit the end of the buy season, we'll tell everyone way in advance when this ends and when the sell season begins. Once you hit the sell season, our taxes flip into the opposite of what you're seeing in a buy season. Well, you get a 20% buy tax and a 4% sell tax. So it's the whole part of the sell season is to sell your tokens off and take your profits. But you can also hold your tokens into a sell season and collect the 1% reflections off of everyone else selling. And as your bags go up, and as your bag goes up the rankings, you end up with more reflections because more people will be selling. But this is where our NFTs come in. If you hold an NFT before the sell season, you get two key benefits. One is you get the sell season 1 day earlier than everyone, so you get to be the first one in to wreck the chart to get your sell in. And we are also giving an extra 2% of your wallet, so you'll be able to sell 12% of your wallet on a sell season. And the difference, like we have different seasons on Earth, spring, summer, winter, fall. Yeah, okay, cool. I had to make sure I did those in the right order. You will also get 2% more of your bag to be able to sell each sell season. So if you hold all 4 seasons of the Seasons of Eth NFTs, you're able to get an 18% to your sell season, as well as some other special things we have knocking around in our brains for if you hold all 4. And like farmers rent each other tractors in the middle of the harvest seasons to go, hey, I need a tractor. Cool, here you go. You can also rent your NFT to people. And you'll be able to be like, hey, I'm going to not use this sell season. You can then rent it to someone else, and they'll be able to get your benefits while got the passive income.
What? No, stop. Wait. People are going to be able to rent their NFT out.
Yes.
That's so cool. Sorry, that's...
Yeah.
I just caught onto that. But have you got the smart contracts set up then to control that? Will you have a front end for them to be able to, do the P2P?
Yep.
Well, how's it going to work? How are you going to make it work?
Secret sauce.
Basically.
Come on, we're all friends here. Bill.
Yeah, all of this will be supported by our lovely friends over at Doxy, run by Doc and Emperor, and it'll be supported on their website. Where you can mint our NFTs. I dropped the link in your chat. We're working with them like very intimately, and we will be able to use their website to do our front end of this concept. So
right, I see. So people are going to be able to stake their NFT, and then somebody else will be able to effectively pay them to use the functionality of the NFT that they've staked, but it'll all be secure. So at the end of the time, they'll get their NFT back. That's kind of how it
and
this is amazing. I love it. I've gone so far. I've gone around the whole circle. I don't know if you remember back in the beginning, in the early days when Binance scam chain was just an embryo. I was quite vocal about like fucking NFTs. They're just glorified JPEGs and MP4s. What is the point of them? But I've come full circle now, and I'm seeing, I'm involved in a couple of little NFT bits and bobs myself, and like the possibilities, like what you're telling us here now. This is fantastic. This has so much real world use case potential, and I'm impressed.
And even better, since the SEC gets all up in arms about the whole pre-sale, the pre-sale. Oh well, you're security if you do a pre-sale, if you do X or Y. We have hopefully one-upped them with our NFT fundraiser, to where you can, if you buy one of our NFTs before we launch our coin, we will give you a thank you gift of coins for supporting us in our early stages, and that means you will have coins available before the token launch, which means when our token launches, you'll be able to get all of those sweet reflections of that buy tax
straight away,
because we're launching right into the buy season.
Okay, now you're talking my language. I like this. I like what I'm hearing. So when launch?
Our launch is July 7th.
July the 7th. So not that far away.
Yeah, only like a few weeks. What is that? 3 weeks according to my calendar. But yeah. So each wallet that has an NFT will get a thank you gift from us. And if you say buy 5 NFTs and put them to 5 wallets, cool. You will get 5 thank you gifts, basically. So,
wow.
Yeah.
But wait. Hold on, Pastor, before you go any further, because otherwise I'll forget. Goldfish brain. So you just said something there. So could you hold 5 NFTs in one wallet and get 5 times the rewards? Or are you saying that they have to be in separate wallets so that you get the separate rewards? Is that rewards? Is that
Yep. If you put them into separate wallets, we will be able to give 5 separate, 5 separate gifts, basically.
So the rewards are per wallet, not per NFT. So it's therefore more wallets equals more rewards. If you've
Exactly.
got NFTs. I see. Yeah, I understand.
And the security of our system is our sell tax in that buy season. So if someone decides to take our gift and dump it on our chart, well, our sales tax is going to take 69% of that, and it's going to go into the project and the community funds and get deployed as 35% reflections in ETH. So if we 10x that first day and someone goes, I'm going to take my bag and sell it, there's no sell limit in the buy season. The only the only prevention we have is our sales tax. So if you're comfortable with paying that 69% hit, well, sounds good. Because the community would get 35%, 10% of it goes to the LP, 10% of it goes to marketing, and 14% of it goes to operations, if I remember my numbers correctly. I might be off. I might be off by a percentage or two. But yeah, that's the beauty of our system. There's nothing to prevent you from selling in the buy season, but it is discouraged by our contract, and there's not really any way to like beat it in a way. So yeah.
No.
It's probably the first kind of contract that welcomes bots to purchase at launch. All bots come by and sell, do whatever you want. We don't care. Thank you very much.
There's no anti-bot, there's no blacklisting. It's just pure do what you will.
Yeah.
Strategies welcome.
Yeah, this is very cool. This is very cool. It's almost like you've taken the whole kind of ethos of DeFi as it is right now, get whitelisted, get into pre-sales, get your tokens, wait until it runs up on launch, and then hope that you can press the sell button before you get rugged, kind of thing. It's like you're turning that completely over on its head.
Yeah, and at the end of the sell season, guess what? There's a buy season right behind it. So you know it's going right back up.
And all the good degens, their bags will have swung. I'm a big fan of Reflections tokens. I get really excited about Reflect. I love watching my bags grow bigger and because this reminds me a lot. Do you remember a project? I think it's still going to this day, actually, called Light, and a lot of us did really, really well out of it. And it was similar kind of idea that the contract actually changed the taxes throughout a cycle. I can't remember how long the cycles were. That all worked on Reflections and similar, but it's like what you've got here seems, is far evolved from that. So, but that, I made a lot out of that. I did really well out of that one. That was before I had a clue what DeFi was even. I just got lucky and just like ate a bean into it and then woke up and I got 70 beans. And I was like, what? This is amazing. Power of reflection. And I've got to say, getting in, I got into that one. That was a friend. I don't know. I was in their project, and they're like, "Oh, Jess, you want to have a look at this one as well? Just launched it, same dev." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Oh, chuck a bean in, went to sleep, woke up, like, yeah, fucking hell. So, sorry, just wanted to reminisce them for a second.
Oh yeah,
I'm genuinely excited about it.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, so we were just like, well, we looked at everything that happened in the last 4 or 5 months and we're like, okay, how do we just prevent this whole thing from communities cannibalizing what looked to be good projects, but have just been destroyed by basically sharks getting dumped on, or bots, or anything. So we just decided, hey, let's do something that's innovative and we're not seeing anyone else do. What if the chart going down just becomes a feature? And then we give people the assurance that yes, it's indeed going up afterwards, like the next buy season. So, there's a few different strategies you can walk it with, hey, I'm going to sell half my bag on the first half of the sell season, and then I'll just hold it out and then rebuy once you hit the next buy season. And take your profits, reinvest it, buy a bigger bag, hold some Reflections, toss some more money at it. And And each season we'll release a new set of NFTs, and like the benefits to the community from that will be our marketing fund gets replenished, so we'll always have plenty of money for marketing. There'll never be a when marketing; it'll always be like when's more marketing happening, and we'll always be doing that because we'll have Ultra Boost Solutions still helping us with our marketing plan and telling us, hey, this is that. And we have some few good ideas set up and whatnot. And then we'll also have reflections that go out to our community. And best part is, me and Ren will not own any team tokens. We are getting paid out of our taxes. So there's going to be no devs dumping, any of that like weird stuff that happens when teams have to pay themselves, because we'll be getting paid by our taxes. So our success is your success, and your success is our success. So we'll always be working for the community's bag, because that's where all money comes from, is from transactions on our chart. So there's never going to be that whole issue that you see, well, the team got paid, so they're walking off and try again later, guys. Yeah, we have a plan for a whole year plus. So we are definitely going to be a safe long-term profit to stick your DGen profits into while we wait for this bear market to finish out and go right into a bull. So, yeah.
It sounds really cool. And I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because I'm always interested to know. I always get very suspicious of projects that claim to not have any team tokens and they're just building the project. And it's like, oh, but how do you get paid? You must have got in somewhere. So I'm glad you mentioned that. So what percentage of the tax are you actually taking for your wages?
The operations tax is what goes to paying off the me and Ren and our team, and also to cover our server hosting fees and all of the little admin stuff that people don't think about. Like, oh, well, how much should we pay for that server? Well, it's X amount a month. Who's covering that? Well, the dev's covering it, but no one ever stops to think about those. So while the operations tax is just going to be what allows me and Ren to continue doing what we're doing for the project.
Sounds really cool. Sounds really, really cool. So I was just looking at something. You've gone off the screen now. Let me go back to it on my thing. About the different tiers of buying the NFTs. So I'm guessing you're at tier 1 at the moment. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Pre-sale prices. Which tab is that under? Wait, I can just look at it here. Now you've got it back. Okay.
I think it's I think it's one of the pictures. I think it's the third one. I think.
Correct. Don't worry. You've got it up now. I can see it. I can see it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. So we're at batch 1 at the moment. Is that right? So that's
yep.
So you've got 100 that you're selling at 0.1 ETH. Is that right?
Yep.
And how long does that last for? How long have people got to get in on the bottom level at the lowest price?
Until we sell the first 100. We have sold 23 at the moment. Today will be 24.
And how long have you been live selling for now?
About 2 to 3 weeks. It's just with this whole market imploding again. We're just like, really? Again?
Yeah.
So.
But having said that, it's not doing too bad considering what's going on in the macros, like we were saying earlier before we started this. But Yeah, let me not digress into that too much. So you're going to sell these batches. So you've sold 25 odd now. So you've got another 75 to sell at 0.1 ETH. And then you will go to batch 2. If you get to the launch date and you haven't sold them, are you just launching with what you've got and what people have already booked?
Yep. We already have a continuity plan for if we don't mint out. We already have that planned out. So we already have. Well, we have 5 different plans right now for what to do based upon where we end up. So, but the best part is right now with the funds we have resolved for airdrops. If you buy an NFT, you are walking away with a max bag as of this moment of talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we get to, if we fully mint out, then that bag goes down because there's more people in the pot. But as of right now, you are walking off of the max bag if you mint. And even when we do mint out fully, we're still making sure that everyone's getting a very good deal for what for what we're offering.
Yeah, I can say that with the additional benefits that holding the NFT gives you, it's very attractive. If people can get their heads around the whole concept of like, hey, this is a token to buy and to hold and to wait and to be patient with. So I've seen a couple of projects, like different mechanisms, but similar kind of ethos that you're doing here. And I'm watching them, and they're doing really nicely. Actually, they tend to be slow burners, but they're doing nicely. I think there's only so much of pump and dump kind of Ponzi-nomics people can cope with before we get bored of it. It's almost like we're coming full circle back to how old school crypto used to be. Buy a token.
We want to just we want to bring back those old days of buy the token. It's a solid project. Hold it. We'll tell you when to sell. We won't tell you when to sell because we'll just have the sell season launch, and if you choose to sell, well, you've chosen to sell some, but you can always buy back in the buy season, and everyone's gonna get paid out along the way, and it's gonna be a very fun time. Because I wouldn't have put my name on a token if I knew if I had any doubts about anything. So we are just a nice, safe place to put some money in the time of great unrest in the crypto sphere. And even better, since I know people love a nice raffle, we have a raffle system. And Ren can talk about it. It's a quite beautiful system we have.
Okay, tell us about your raffle.
Yep, sure. So I suppose as well as the taxes, like we're trying to keep taxes, I guess, given back. That's why the reflections are so high. But on top of the reflections, some of the taxes for operations actually goes into a raffle. So a small portion of that percentage from every buy season, sell season, doesn't really matter. Every single transaction, a small percentage of that portion will actually go into our raffle contract, which will mean like it's an ETH contract on Ethereum or Arbitrum even. And essentially that pot is going to keep growing to 1 ETH, 10 ETH, whatever, depending on volume. And essentially people can then buy a ticket to enter that raffle to walk away with half the jackpot. So essentially there's 3 winners for every raffle. It is split up between 50% for the first person, 30% for the second person, and 20% for the third person. And for every ticket raffled, not only does it go back into the pot, so you got 50% of that ticket price, which is 0.01 ETH, going back into the pot, and also the other 50% goes straight to marketing, which will go straight out the door to push this even further. So that raffle pot will continue to grow until we announce the winner, like raffle it off every 2 weeks or single week, whatever we decide to do.
Okay. And this is all the stuff that you're working out at the moment as you're going along, right?
Yeah. This contract is actually, all our contracts, we've all tested them. They've all been reviewed by other devs as well. So we're pretty good in the contract side and good to probably go. But it's just of these AMAs and stuff, there's quite a lot of feedback. The last AMA we had, the raffle used to be one winner takes it all, which was a great plot. But then someone mentioned, maybe we split it up so we'd have 3 winners. So we've done that. We've updated the contract to do that. So that's why we're kind of going through this. People might say it's why you waiting to launch the 7th of July. The reason is because we want feedback before we launch. Because once the contract's live, you can't change it. So you want to make sure that you're happy with everybody.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, and that's kind of a nice segue into my next question, which is around security. So you've mentioned that you've had your contracts peer reviewed by other devs. Are you thinking in terms of audits and how about KYC? Have you guys KYC'd, or is that not for you? Tell me.
Yes, I suppose from the contract perspective, we had the dev from Ninja Lodge do it. He's a pretty high up dev. Now we will audit it, but the one fear, I guess, and I'm always honest, the one fear we have with the audit is the high tax, because high tax always gets bad in an audit. But we will approach the audit team after launch to get this done.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true, because yes, they will flag it up as high risk, but then they'll ask for your feedback. That's the way the process works. And you can explain to them, well, this is a feature of our whole project. This is the mechanism. This is how it works. And they should, if they're a reputable audit company, right, yeah, this has been acknowledged and this is what the team has said about it. So, I don't see a problem with that, personally.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to. Like, fingers crossed. KYC, so me and Pastas shared our LinkedIn profiles to a lot of people we're working with. I will eventually KYC. It always just makes me nervous in this space, because even if you're legit, which we are, it takes one person to make the wrong move and then they just fire everything at you. It always makes me nervous. You never know out of all your 2,000 investors, that one person that just takes everything extreme and blames you for anything. So it's definitely on the plan for me. Like,
and as for me, as a non-traditional KYC, I know at least 5 of our investors are within 6 hours of me, and 1 is within like 30 minutes of me. So if anything
and they know where you
live, they could probably damn near find me pretty quickly. So I'm definitely in getting my ass kicked range, basically, if something does happen. So
in my experience of doing KYCs, I've done a couple, and they're interesting. And there's one I'm not going to name names now, but I could have been anyone doing a KYC, to be honest. I upload documents, didn't even have to talk to a real person. It's all done completely online. But, it's for all intents and purposes, it looked the business. So people go on about KYCs and that, but I want to know that, what does that actually mean? Because it's easy to grab some documents and stuff.
Yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, I mean, you could KYC it on Google Images and just rename it. I mean, what's the difference?
Basically, yeah. Okay. Sounds really, really cool. I'm just looking through my notes that I've been making as we've gone through it. No, I think you guys have covered everything that I've noted down here. Is there anything else that you haven't told us so far that you want to get across to people?
So one of the devs we showed our project to before we like publicly debuted it was like, "Hey, I've spotted one weakness in your project." I was like, "What's that?" I thought we thought of everything. He goes, "Yeah, if I wanted to beat your project, I could just transfer my money to 100 different wallets in your sell season, and then just hammer out the 100 different wallets and be out of your project in a day." And we're like, "Oh, yeah, we didn't think of that." And he goes, "Yeah, a transfer tax that will solve things." So, with our transfer tax, if the originating wallet and the wallet that receives the money both have a cooldown timer for 1 day and a 20% transfer tax, which goes into a special wallet for the community for them to decide what they want to use that money on. Does it go to a giant buyback to the chart? Does it go to reflections? Do we dump it into our raffle thing? Does someone want? Do they want to do a meme contest? And that's the giveaway. Like we will. So that is all giving back to the community ethos that we've been through the whole. This whole project is basically community ethos of giving to the community and not taking it for ourselves. So that was all. That was the only weakness someone had told us about our contract was that. So
yeah. And I think it's really cool that you're taking your time and you're taking on board the stuff that people are bringing to you. Now, I know this is kind of the second iteration, isn't it? I did see you launched before, didn't you?
We launched our NFTs, which was our fundraiser. We launched the NFTs, which was the fundraiser for this.
Right.
But after our first week of AMAs, we got a bunch of feedback on our tax structure. So we're like, okay, we're going to take a step back. We're going to evaluate everyone's feedback and figure out how to rework this system to the best of everyone's benefit. And that is what we have right now. So we didn't go through a second project, but we did drastically redesign a few points to be more friendly to that feedback we had received. A lot was basically the major mental block of having an 80% sales tax, which we've now reduced to 69%. Because everyone loves 69. See, and it made you laugh. And that was what we wanted, to get people past that mental block of 80%? Nah, that's that. But now that we say 69%, everyone laughs the second we say that. And it also leads to several good marketing puns.
Yeah, it's funny. I like it. Selling, you get fucked over.
Yep. And we're openly honest about that.
But the rewards for holding can be very, very great.
Yep.
And then when you come to a sales season, our stuff imports, and it's a 4% sales tax. So it's not a constant thing. It's really just hold until this date, and then you can sell off, and then it goes back, and everyone gets rewarded for being a diamond hand in an actual true fashion, and not just, just diamond hands so you can be the extra liquidity. We're actually rewarding.
You take, like, you're not being dictated to by the biggest whale that's got the biggest bag that decides now is the time to dump the chart and everybody has to follow that, and we all know what happens to projects after that. It's not good, is it? So
it usually becomes a death spiral.
Basically, yeah. When your tokens turn to dust if you don't dump them quick enough. I think you've got some really nice ideas here, and what I really love is that I've heard you say several times that you've been stopping, listening to feedback, and then changing the things that you're doing to adjust to the feedback that you're getting. I think that is really admirable. That's something quite cool in this space. And that's what makes me think more than ever that this is a true community project. I really hope that you're able... DAOs have always been something that I'm really passionate about because it is true decentralization in its truest form. You know, people are able to make decisions in proportion to the stake that they're actually holding in the project that they're in. So, I mean, I think this could be an absolutely amazing project. And, yeah, I'd like, if you can make it into the next cycle, like this could be really, really cool.
And we 100% intend to be there in that next bull run. Because right now, this is set up to be, you know, a good project to put money in while you're waiting for that bull market to come around. And we've seen, like, the last bull market and what happens to projects that are really amazing. Imagine that volume of money flowing into this project with those reflections in a buy season. It'll just be off the charts. And when people go to sell with all the bots and stuff that typically pop up, they'll get even more money because it's 35%. It's just, yeah.
I think any decent bot will sniff your contracts and run for the hills, to be honest.
You would hope so, but
you never know some of the shit that goes on in deep, you know, stuff that. But if people get wrecked, like making bots and trying to sniff contracts and like make little bits here and then, fuck them.
Yeah.
They absolutely deserve it. Right, at this point, I'm going to ask you guys, because we've got a load of DJs here that are waiting to be able to whitelist their ducks and win NFTs so that they can get ducks and racing duck races. So I want to ask you guys for a code word. It can be anything at all. This is so that they can fill their Google forms in, get them uploaded, and get into competition.
Red, what is the first word that comes across your brain?
The first thing that comes to my head is 69. So 69.
69 it is then. And the DJs will love that, not only because it's hilarious, but also because it's only 2 digits from them to need to make sure you get it round the right way, DJs, yep. Right? 6, then 9.
Not 96, 69.
69. Just remember, like, what happens if you get fucked. If you try and sell early, you get fucked. And that's kind of the way it is in most projects, actually. If you sell too earlier, you'll end up wanting to buy rope and you'll be fucked because you'll just be watching green charts and thinking, oh, no, why did I sell for a penny when I could have made serious extras?
Yeah, we even have something made that even if no one sells and all of our rewards get caught up in our contract, we have a way to fix that. We will have a bot that will just do a little sell every now and then to make sure everyone's rewards get pushed out. So we're not too worried about people diamond handing too hard and not giving any time for our contract to actually do things. So yeah, we have everything planned out. So
it sounds really cool. It does sound really cool. I'm honestly excited, and I am actually over on ARB myself, and not financial advice, guys. Definitely not Queen of DJs, right? You listen to somebody on Telegram in DGen DeFi that is a self-confessed DGen queen. Don't be taking financial advice from me, but I'm over on ARB, and I'm really feeling this seriously. No promises, but I like these kind of projects personally. I'm a reflections kind of gal. So, wait a minute, one sec. For those DJs that are hard of hearing, because they are, and being really nice tonight, that code word that you need for your Google Forms, that you have 10 minutes to get into us, is 69. 69 is the code word. It is 4 minutes past 8 UTC. So at 14 minutes past 8, no, we'll give you till 8:15 UTC. The Google Forms will be shut. And if you haven't got your information into us, and it's like literally 2 screenshots and a couple of little bits, your wallet address and your Telegram name, make sure you put the same Telegram name. Hold on, Jess. So in the race, for the duck race, make sure you use your Telegram name. Don't make up a duff name, because I'm going to be looking through the list, and all I have is the list of Telegram names that have been whitelisted. And if your Telegram name isn't on my... If I see a duck and you've got a different name, just... Just name your ducks the same as your Telegram name, right? I don't know if I can be any clearer about that. I'll say that again when we get to the duck race anyway. Right, that's enough of that. So you've got till 8:15. Enough for talking about giveaways and shiny and all that kind of stuff. Boys, you've been fantastic guests tonight. Is there anything else that you want to tell us before we wrap up?
Jen, I think we covered everything. Did we cover everything?
Yeah, I think so. I suppose, like, I have not financial advice, but, there's a few different strategies, I guess, you can play this token with. That's maybe worthwhile mentioning. So, like, you can either buy and sell in the sell season the way people do, which is fine. You get reflections in both. Or you can buy in the buy season and hold in the sell season, taking reflections from both, and then also start the buy season on the lowest price available, and also gain reflections the whole way up at the start of the next buy season. So there's multiple ways you can play the system, and it's up to whoever's buying and holding to decide what way to do it. That is it. Not financial advice, just a bit of FYI, I guess.
Brilliant. Guys in the chat, do you have any questions? If you do, spam them in the chat now. And if you guys have got time, we can answer a couple of them. Looking at the chat, it's all quiet. And, Okay, so I'm just looking. So the Google form is pinned in the chat now. Just for everybody, I see a load of people in the chat going, "Oh, where's the Google form? It's been there." It's we have Retro Willy Wonka, as always, asking a really serious question. He says, "How big are the willies?" It's all right. Just ignore him.
That's even weirder. That's even weirder than my "Do you like pineapple on pizza?" question.
No, this is just standard Willy Wonka, because he's Willy Wonka, and like it's all about willies. Boys being boys.
Also,
AJ, what's your favourite topping on pizza? There you go.
Also, I am team pineapple on pizza.
Did you say pineapple on pizza?
Yes, pineapple,
me
bacon,
too.
jalapeno is like the best pizza to me.
That's I'm gonna have to try that now. But I'm a big fan of Hawaiians. Like, I live in South Spain, and you can't buy pizzas. I go into a pizza shop and I'm like, "Give me a pizza with bits of ham on it, loads of cheese, and pineapple." And they look at me like I got 2 heads. Seriously, it's just like it's just the most normal thing in the world. Pineapple goes on top of pizzas. Where else would it go? I don't know. Right. We are going to wrap this. Let me have a look in the chat and see if anybody's got any actual sensible questions. No, it doesn't look like we have. So I'm gonna wrap up now and just say thank you so much for coming along, Pastor. It's just like I said in the beginning. It's we've been on a journey together for quite some years now since the original Jesse Degens, and we've lived through it somehow. Fuck knows how, but we've managed to do it. And now we're here, and I'm doing this thing, and you're doing this fantastic Seasons of Eth thing. Is for me personally tonight, it's been a real treat, really cool. So thank you for that. And Ren, really nice to meet you, and really nice to be with a fellow Brit. Big up the Brit. Just saying.
Yep, very nice to meet you.
All right, listen, don't be strangers. Please keep, where we are. Come and tell us as you're doing stuff, as your project's progressing, your launches, all your links. You're now official BFFs of Jesse Degens, and you are always welcome. So please pop in, tell us what you've been up to, what's going on, and all that good stuff. Right?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I thank you as well. It's been a riot of a time.
Thank you. All right, and everybody in the chat, thank you very much for turning up tonight. I'm going to mute up and off now. I'm going to stop the record. I'll start playing some more drum and bass. If you don't like drum, this is my drum and bass. I am a DJ, I'm not the Queen of DJ. I'm not a DJ in real life. AKA Queen of DJs, aka Dread Jess. So I'm going to put one of my mixes back on, and if you don't like it, then don't tell me, because I'll probably ban you. Just say it. All right, but I will leave the chat open. And you can talk over the music, so if any of you feel like chatting or whatever, then feel free. But I'm going to mute up and shut up now. So thank you all. This has been a wonderful evening, and thank you guys from Seasons of Eth. I wish you all the best. I'm going to be watching. I may even be in it myself. And I don't know yet.
I definitely buy up an NFT.
Yeah. But remember, Queen of Degens here, and liquidity. Interesting investment decisions have led me to a place of, should we say, thin liquidity. It's all good though, because we know what happens in the next cycle. It's a given. That's our life, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, really.
Right, I'm going to stop recording now. Thank you, boys.